Hi, my loves. Welcome. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Taurus. Someone raising Venus. Keep in mind it will not resonate with everyone. Take what resonates to your story and leave what doesn't. Don't force the story so that you don't become confused. And if you're interested in a personal reading, send me a text 971-354-9504 or an email HealersHeartTarot@gmail.com. Alright, let's see. Taurus, what's going on with my Taurians? First card out is the Eight of Wands. You might be feeling like things are moving very quickly. After like a long pause. Things have been slow, or maybe 2022 was a pretty slow year for you. It just kind of feels like this year is moving a little bit faster, but it is moving into things that you want to happen. It is progressing. It is evolving, right? Because I have the Eight of Wands, the Hangman with the Four of Pentacles. Some of you might also be there might be somebody that's trying to keep money from you or trying to take money from you. I want you to be careful, Taurus, because some of you might be like doing a business deal, but you're getting ripped off. So if some of you are doing like a business deal and I want you to make sure that you're getting what you deserve from it, and that you're not being ripped off, or that you're not, like, if you're buying something, it's not what it's worth. Or if somebody's going to pay you something, it's not your worth. I feel like, or somebody is ripping you off. It feels like what you're, maybe like somebody owes you money. Could be child support. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. The Magician reverse. Some of you are having a hard time manifesting. You feel like life is just kind of taking you, and you yourself are not really the one that's manifesting your life. Tell me about the Magician reverse. Because the Magician is having everything that you need in order for you to be able to manifest what you desire. And for some of you, like you might want a new house, but there's no money. You might need a new car, but there's no money. You might, like, you want so many things, and you want this, you have so many desires, but what is required to be able to manifest that is the problem. I also feel like some of you are working on your credit. If you are, I would suggest working with like a financial advisor, somebody that can actually help you and knows what they're doing. Remind yourself, like, if your car breaks down, you're not gonna do that yourself. If your light goes out, unless you know what you're doing, you know what I mean? And if you know what you're doing, then you don't have to hire anyone else. But if you know what you're doing, don't go and tackling, like, if you have started a business, if you are in something, don't go tackling a business if you have not, you know what I mean? And then if you don't know what you're doing, and why, at least don't do the part that you don't know what to do about. Like, hire who does know what to do with it. For some of you, that could be the thing that's slowing you down. Remember that holding on to something because we believe that no more is coming in is the thing that starts our downfall. That's going to be the thing that always keeps us in lack. Always remember that. Because if you start to believe, I have to hold on to this. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have, I don't know, your phone bill. It's $120. If you have $400 left and you're like, fuck, I don't want to pay, and then I only have, you know what I mean? Like, you're just, if you say, I don't want to pay this because then I'm only going to have a certain amount of money left, and that's you already telling the universe, no more is coming in. No more money is coming towards me. And be careful, because life could be listening. And when life listens, life hands you, right? That's why when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Because when you think about it, life is gonna give it to you. What are you gonna do with it? Like, it might not always give you exactly what you're asking for, but you're gonna have what you want, because what we want is what we think about. And a lot of the times what we think about is what we fear. And the universe doesn't see that as a good or bad, because remember, good and bad are just judgments and of perception. Like, we're always shifting those. Whatever was good 10 years ago is not good now, right? So those things are always changing. And we have to find ourselves very lucky that the universe doesn't just give right off of right from the moment that we feel those things. The universe takes time to ask us, are you sure this is what you want? But if we spend about 2 weeks thinking about how we don't have any more money coming in, guess what's happening? No more money will come in. It's impossible. The universe can only create with what you believe will come. The problem is that that's why I tell people all the time, like, rich people can stay rich, and because that's a part of their reality. That's what that's what they know. There's so many people that have become rich. Like there's that lottery, the lottery curse of when people just become rich, all of a sudden they will lose it because there's a lack mentality connected to it. People that go from broke to rich, but they do it and they earn it, they believe that they are worth that. So they believe that they can get there. There's no question about it. But if you just get it and it's more of like how can I put it? Like if your mind doesn't connect it to what you know you're worth, then no. There's so many people that have, I should correct myself too, because there is like rich people that have kids and their kids cannot hold on to that wealth because their kids know deep down inside that they did not create it. And so they feel like they're not worth whatever it is that they're holding on to or is given to them. And then they start to lose it. That's why certain wealth sometimes just goes down for certain generations. If you do not, there's that saying that if you are rich, your son, like if you're very wealthy, there's a high chance that your son will also be wealthy or your daughter will also be wealthy, but your grandchild will not. Or like something like that. Because at some point there is this energy of like, maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe this isn't mine. Maybe what if like this goes away tomorrow? What if this, all of this, and all of those what ifs, if you start to focus on those so much more than enjoying what you have in the moment, and that's the possibility of losing it. People that know how to enjoy it in the moment and people that know and have no shame in their shit. That's why like rich people that do all kinds of crazy stuff to stay rich, they have no shame. They have no guilt. So they're able to stay there. The problem when you have a conscience is that like certain things tend to bite you in the ass. Tell me about the Lovers. The Wheel of Fortune. Remind yourself that the Wheel of Fortune, everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn to spin it. And you have your turn, but there's a part of you that's, the thing is, there's going to be something that you're going to have to let go of. Something that is blocking your manifestations. Tell me about this Ten of Swords. Something, it needs to end because that's the thing that's blocking you. It could be regret, Taurus. Regret doing something for someone. Regret helping someone. Because believe it or not, that's a thing. Regret falling in love with someone. Regret giving your all to someone and afraid of doing it again, or giving your all to a business and then not having it work out and then afraid of doing it again. Regardless, there's a knowing. There's something about the way that I think that needs to die. There's something about the way that it is the way that you think though, because swords are thoughts in tarot. And it could be the way, like that energy itself could be manifesting in you believing that everyone is just like everyone is a problem. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. There might be a new love here that you're feeling, but you feel very confused about. And the reason why you feel so confused about it is because you're still holding on to so much of the past information. I'll give you an example. If I told you, hey, we're gonna have a test on this, but on history, and all you remember is math stuff, none of that is gonna help you like when it comes to the questions on the test. You know what I mean? I hope I'm explaining that right. That's just kind of how I'm getting there. It's a new relationship and you're still holding on to old material. It's a new test, it's a new everything, and you're still like, you know how in performances or in like competitions you have to do different things every single state, like every single why is the word not coming to me, every single step of the competition you have to do something different. The word isn't right. I'm just gonna say step or part of the competition, whatever. It has to be different. And so you cannot do the same routine. You cannot do the same thing over and over and over and over again. It has to change. And the problem is that, Taurus, you've got really comfortable with doing things a certain way and you're very stubborn. And when you believe that you have a way, then you believe that you have a way and you will go that way until the universe tells you and shows you that it's not your way. Then you will turn around. But it takes you so long for you to admit that if you believe that you know you're right. Because that's like, I believe that's sometimes that could be like your biggest curse, Taurus. It's also like your biggest blessing because there's a lot of times, I'm going to say 80-20, 80% of the time you're right. So it doesn't, it's actually a good thing that you follow and trust yourself so much. But those 20% of the time, it's so hard to pull you back and remind you that, hey, this might not be the right direction for you. This isn't what you said you wanted. This doesn't even look close to what you said you wanted. Like, let's turn around and go back the other way. And you're like, no, I just feel like if I go 5 more steps, I'll find it. The universe is like, no, it's not over there. The thing, it's because of that. It's you're trying to go down the same direction you've gone down, hoping that they've built something different, or hoping that you find something different, or you feel like you missed something along the way that you should have picked up on. But the universe is saying, like, no, it's just a whole new path, new material, new everything. 8 of Wands. It's a new direction. Wheel of Fortune. It's all new. It's a change. You have the opportunity to change and shift the wheel in whatever direction you want to go on. But that part is 100% up to you. Tell me about the 4 of Pentacles. The 9 of Swords. See, it's the thinking. Because everything is good except your thoughts. Everything. Everything is amazing except your thoughts. The 7 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords, and the Hangman. All of that are mental thoughts. All of that are mental cards. None of that has any, and all of your passion cards, your feeling cards, I have the Sun, the Ace of Cups, which represent happiness, bliss, peace, and love, true joy and love. And being afraid of tapping into that because all you feel is anxiety. Where's this anxiety coming from? 6 of Cups could be your childhood. God. Some of you could have grown up with it, and I'm not taking a hit on anybody. I'm not saying any, like, actually, I'm not even going to say that. Some of you could have, I'm just going to, I'm trying to be careful. You could have grown up with a very unstable parent. Someone that, like, woke up happy one day, woke up angry the next, and frustrated the next, which we all do that, right? It's always like a turn, and every day is different. It's just the unexpected energy from this person. Like, the way that everything would shift back and forth really quickly, it did a lot. It did a lot to your nervous system. And I feel like now, maybe you even went into a relationship that had the same energy, and so it feels like you haven't been cleared from that energy for a while. Like, it feels like maybe over the last, like, 5 years, possibly, like, 10 years for some of you. But most of your life, you held on to that energy. And it does feel like there's some residue, or there's some energy that is being, that's just being removed. You have a chance to a new life, a new opportunity. Your life is getting ready to shift. It's just your thoughts and the information you're holding on to also needs to change. And that's where the 10 of Swords comes into play, because the 10 of Swords is an ending of a very difficult situation, but mostly the way that you feel about it, the way that you think about it. It's a shift. The Ace of Swords comes back in, and it shows you the truth on why it happened. It's those epiphanies that come in when you're like, oh, this had to happen because this happened, and then that happened, and then that happened. That's what the Ace of Swords is. And so after the 10 of Swords, yes, it's fucking painful and it hurts, and you're like, why did this happen? But then the Ace of Swords comes in, and it shows you. And then it allows you to go into the Ace of Cups and feel love again and feel peace again, because you cannot feel peace and joy in the 9 and 10 of Swords. It's one of the most stressful energies. It doesn't scare you. The 9 of Swords energy doesn't scare you, but I gotta be honest, it feels like it's something you're used to. And that part scares me. Like, I don't want you to get used to the stressful energy. I don't want you to think that that's just what it is. I love you guys so much. Praise to the Most